Good afternoon, everyone. Today I want to talk about my favorite everyday carry knife. I've had many different types of knives. A lot of times they end up too big, too heavy, too annoying to carry. You end up putting them in a drawer somewhere and not really carrying them except for occasionally. I found an everyday carry knife that I carry routinely every day unless I've absolutely forgotten about it. I like carrying this knife. It's very light. It's the perfect size. It's very sharp, and I love the concealed carry clip or the deep carry clip it comes with. That knife is the Benchmade Bugout. This knife comes in blue. It comes in Ranger green. On the blue knife, it has a satin blade, and on the green knife, the Ranger green knife, it has a gray steel blade. Both knives, the steel is S30V, which is a premium steel, which is going to be reflected somewhat in the price. That steel holds a edge very well. It's very tough, and it's been great for me. One thing I love about this knife is this deep carry clip. Now I'm going to show you the difference in the deep carry clip between the old knife I was carrying, which was a Kershaw knife, and the way the deep carry clip sits in the pocket. You can't see any of the knife at all. It's only the clip you can see, compared to the Kershaw or any knife that doesn't have a deep carry clip. The knife sticks out of your pocket somewhat. I like the fact that it all gets concealed in your pocket. It feels to me more comfortable and more secure. Now this knife clip is reversible, and it's designed right now for the right pocket. The knife opens out like that, and when you put it in your pocket, it's up against the seam. That blade cannot open because it's up against the seam. So if you want to put it in your left pocket, you would, of course, change the clip to the other side so that the knife would be designed for, a left pocket. Now, this knife is not assisted in any way to open. It's all 100% manual. When you first get it, it's a little tight, a little hard to open, but after it breaks up a little bit, you can really flip the knife open. It has these pegs right here, and that's what on either side, that's what you push on if you want, to open the knife. And with a flick of your thumb, just flicking that, it's open. Works very well. The knife is closed, 4.22 inches long. Open, the entire knife length, handle and blade, is 7.46 inches long. And the blade length alone is 3.24 inches long. They say it weighs 1.85 ounces. When I weigh it, I get 1.9 ounces. And I'm going to show you, I also have, this was the Ranger green version with the gray blade, but I've upgraded these scales to the G10 material. Now, G10 is really strong. It's super strong. And it has a lot of other properties like heat, heat doesn't infect it. It's got a good grip texture. G10 is a premium material. You can't get the knife in it. You buy the scales, aftermarket. So that one's been upgraded. The downside to that is it does add a little weight, and we'll see. I'm going to put these on a scale at the end. We'll see what it does to it. This is just a plastic Benchmade material they call Grivery or something like that. But that's one of the things is a lot of things you read, you'll see people they're not happy that they can squeeze that in. You could never do that with the G10. Although that has not affected this knife at all. I don't notice it. I've never thought that was an issue. When I first got it, I was a little surprised by it, but that's the trade-off of having a really light knife. So it doesn't bother me at all. I'd rather have something light and carryable that, I don't notice. And this is by far, out of every knife I've ever owned, I notice this one the least carrying it. Even so much as a tiny buck knife in the bottom of my pocket, I know it's there, and it kind of annoys me. This clipped in my pocket, I don't know it's there. It doesn't bother me. I really enjoy carrying it. Now, both the knife blades come in a drop point blade. You can get it with a half serration on either knife. They're both S30V, like I said. And with that being said, let's take a look at some weights and see what these things weigh. Oh, before I do that, I want to talk about with these Benchmade knives. You just mail it to them. You don't got to pay return shipping. You just ship it to Benchmade, and for the life of the knife, they will clean it, oil it, adjust it, sharpen it to a factory edge, all for free. As many times as you want, 2 to 3 week turnaround, and they'll send it back. I think that's a pretty nice feature that, you know, yeah, you're going to be without your knife for a few weeks, but if you have others, not a big deal. So let's take a look at these knives, see what they weigh. Okay, so here are the knives. Here's the, you know, my favorite, the lightest one I have, which is just the standard Benchmade Bugout. It does, these retail, all the Benchmades retail for about $140. I was able to pick this blue one up for $105 online. So that, you know, that's a pretty good deal. I've seen that price several times. I know it can be had. Usually it's in the blue one. The Ranger Green, which is originally was the Ranger Green one, typically it costs a little more. You know, I haven't seen that one as cheap as I can find the blue one, which in all honesty, I like the blue one better. So, you know, it's good for me. Okay, so let's turn the scale on. And here, the 1.9 ounces. Now, when I upgraded that G10 material, which it is stronger, it's really nice scales, but like I said, it does add a little bit of weight. So 2.3 ounces compared to 1.9. And then what I was carrying, this Kershaw with, you know, it has a assisted opening, D2 blade, and this one, let's close this. Okay, so here we go. That's 3.2 ounces. So, you know, we're going from 1.9 for the Bugout to this Kershaw at 3.1 ounces. That's a huge difference and something you definitely will feel in your pocket. I can't say enough how happy I am with this knife. I really like it. You should check it out if you haven't.